these are the intro instructions to preparing your drawing and your resource paper for your occupied and unoccupied space. As just a quick reminder, everything that you see in my drawing that is solid black is what is called occupied space. And then everything that is shaded white in my drawing is the unoccupied space. So we are going to create this drawing by drawing the shapes of the unoccupied space, which will then in turn pull out or create the shapes of this black area of the occupied space. So to start, we are going to use the X diamond grid, or also known as the Van Gogh grid. And each one of you is going to have this handout to follow along with, but I'm going to walk you through this process as well, so that way you'll have a hard copy and a video to follow along with when you're doing it. So when we're done, image shows this. So in each square, you'll have these triangles. This is going to help you draw your image to scale. What we're going to end up drawing is what is outlined in black sharp. So when you are drawing on the black paper, all you are doing is drawing the contour lines of the occupied space to create your shapes. Same thing here. You're going to draw this shape here of the unoccupied space to make this little shape between the keys and the key ring. Then again, you're going to draw this little triangle. So by drawing all these unoccupied spaces, you are then in turn revealing your occupied space. Okay? So to get started, we are going to start on our reference photo. So you should have chosen the reference photo already, and then in your Google Doc, cropped it to be a square and filled the page, and then shared that and turned it in Google Classroom so that I could print it off for you. So starting with our reference photo, all you need for this process is a straight edge and a pen. Okay, not a pencil, but a pen, so that way you can see the lines nice and dark. If you don't have a ruler, you can use any kind of straight edge. You don't need to be able to measure. You could even use a book, right, as a straight edge, as long as it will reach from corner to corner. Okay? So you can use a book. I like to use rulers just because I have a bunch of them hanging around. Okay, so you're going to draw an X from one corner to the next. Try and make it as spot on as possible. You're going to do that on both diagonals. Okay. Then you are going to draw a plus sign. So spinning our image around, you're going to draw a plus sign through the center point. And now to make sure that the ruler isn't cockeyed or crooked, what I like to do is line this edge of the ruler up with the edge of my image, or even the edge of the paper. Since we're not measuring, we can use the edge of the paper. That is going to make sure that our ruler is set up at a 90-degree angle, and you are drawing the straightest line you possibly can right through the center. And then do it the opposite direction, so one vertically and one horizontally. Again, line the ruler up with the edge of your image so it's as straight as you can possibly make it. So now your image should look like this. Next, we're going to draw diagonals through each box. So now we're going to draw a diamond, essentially. So from the point where the line and the image intersect here, where the edge of the image, not the edge of the paper, but the edge of the image, you're going to draw another diagonal. And you're going to do that all the way around till you make a diamond. So here, this is a good side to see it. So from the edge of the image to the other corner of the image, diagonal. Until you make it through all four squares and you have made a diamond. Whoops, see, I just messed up. to the wrong. This line is not the correct line. Okay, so now that you have your X, your plus sign, and your diamond, we are going to add a few more lines and then you'll be ready to go. Now you're going to draw 4 more lines, 2 vertical and 2 horizontal. So you're going to draw a straight line through this center point and a straight line through this center point, all the way through both boxes. So again, line your ruler up at the edge of the paper. Make sure it goes right through the X in the center. I'm going to draw 2 lines on either side right through the center of the small X's. Okay, and once your image looks like mine, you are ready to do the same thing on your black piece of paper. Okay, so once we've got it looking like this, we're going to write our name on it. So for this section, we're going to use a white color pencil to be able to see our lines. You don't want to push too hard with this because we do want to be able to erase these lines once we're done with the underdrawing of the contour lines of our objects. And color pencil doesn't erase all that well. So make sure you're not pushing very hard when we're drawing it. So to start this section, you are going to go from corner to corner of your piece of paper. Barely run that pencil across the line. And you're going to do it in the other direction as well. So corner to corner, so you're drawing an X, just like we did on your reference image. And you're going to do a vertical line and a horizontal line right through the center. So line that ruler up right with the edge of the paper. Get that vertical line through the center. Do it the other direction. Line that ruler up right with the center of the paper of that X. Get that line right through the center. Okay? Now we're going to draw the diamond. So you're going to go from point to point. Okay? So here we go from point to point. Don't push very hard, so that way it's erase. Once we're done with our gridded drawing. All right, so now we have the X, the plus sign, and the diamond. Now we need to draw our last 4 lines. The 2 vertical lines that goes through these center points, and then the 2 vertical lines that are going to go horizontally through these center points. Okay, so first we're going to line that ruler up at the edge of the paper. You're going to draw a line right down through those center points. Same thing on this side. Line it up at the edge of the paper. Draw a vertical line through those center points. Rotate your paper so you can do it the other direction. Line that ruler up at the edge so it stays nice and square, and then your paper should look just like this. Okay? Once it starts to look like, once your paper looks like this, then you are ready to take your source image and start drawing one section at a time.